background is originally from engineering, mechanical engineering, and I was one of those people that was very creative, but also very good at maths and science. So I wanted to merge those two skill sets in my career somehow. So following my mechanical engineering, I did a master's in industrial design in London, and that really introduced me to the sort of creative product design world. And ever since then, I've been in product design and innovation space, just really helping clients and individuals take ideas through a process to market. And over the last 3 years, I've been working in the public sector space in Cape Town, South Africa, embedding design-led thinking into the organization to get the public sector to understand how they can use the thinking process behind design in a way which can deliver better services and products from a city making perspective. And literally about a month ago, I started to build the D-School in Cape Town. And I'm here in Potsdam to have lots of meetings and to understand how things work here and the types of projects and programs that are run. And although things are very different in South Africa, being an emerging market and being in South Africa, it's about looking at what works here and how we can repackage that in a way which will work in South Africa. You know, the word innovation has been spoken a lot in South Africa. I think after the financial crisis in 2008, 2009, the need to do things differently, to get different outcomes, started become a bit of a topic of conversation. And also in South Africa, 20 years into democracy, I think there's a feeling that we need to start doing things a bit differently to really, South Africa's got great potential.
Absolutely.
So design thinking is almost seen as a fresh approach and a fresh tool to doing something, and hopefully get some new outcomes from that. And I think it's the beauty about design thinking. It's about doing. It's not just about thinking. It's about the experience of prototyping and testing.
Yeah, thinking with your hands.
Exactly, and I think that's for South Africa. It's a way of managing risk in the sense of here's a process where we don't have to boil the ocean tomorrow. We can just do little bits and see how it goes and experiment and learn by doing and learn as we go. And I think South Africa are ready for that, and they certainly from an industry perspective there's been a lot of interest, and I think at the student level people are looking at new ways of solving problems and very complex problems as well, and design thinking is good at understanding complex problems. It's been housed at the University of Cape Town, and at the moment we're being hosted inside the business school. For me, it's very important to link design thinking and business and bring that business credibility to design thinking. It's got a lot of parallels in systems thinking, integrative thinking, so it's to bring that business credibility to design. So at the moment we're hosting it within the business school, but not physically in, but sort of next to. And very much looking at the executive education market as one of our targets, in bringing design thinking as a tool and driver for innovation for them, both public and private sector. But then also following very similar to what this D-School here is doing in the basic track and the advanced track, and looking at that postgraduate level of students and introducing them to design-led thinking.
So the professional track and...
Yeah, the professional track from an executive point of view, and then at a postgraduate point of view, looking at your from the D-School side, the basic track and the advanced track that you guys do. Yeah, there's lots of work to be done. So this trip has been fantastic. So I've gotten an idea of the basic track and advanced track and how those programs run and what gets taught in those, and then also in the professional track, understanding how to pitch those, at what level and the type of people that you want to attract, and also what sort of outcomes you want to achieve from it. it's very early days. We're only sort of a month into the whole journey. So we're looking at ramping it up over 3 years. So
Okay.
we would like to run a pilot in the beginning of 2016. Sort of pitched at the basic track of literally 10 or 15 students initially, ramping up to potentially about 40 students in 2017. And always follow a design thinking process, practice what we preach. And
Yeah.
follow a design thinking
Good.
process to see how it works, get the feedback, tweak it, prototype it, learn by doing. And then at the professional level, to run a few sort of 3-day interventions and also experiment a little bit in that space. And see how we can get design thinking into organizations from a transformational perspective, and so that they can start changing their culture, which hopefully will then lead to innovation. That's a good question. I think in a nutshell, it's about the D-School becoming a hub and a sort of a center of excellence around design-led thinking as an enabler of innovation, specifically in an emerging market context. I think if you look at South Africa and Africa, being an emerging market, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of volatility, and it's about how do we use design in that space, and that hopefully will be our sort of uniqueness and our differentiator from the work that's coming out of Potsdam and Stanford, and then to work with the family to sort of cross-pollinate what are learnings from an African continent perspective relative to European and American.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And yeah, all the best for D-School Cape Town.